Alright, y'all, I'm going to talk about Kevin Hart. And I hope Kevin Hart takes this opportunity to squash his beef with Cat Williams, Mike Epps, create his own streaming app, and take advantage of the platform he has and let people know I'm not going to be a slave to the LGBTQ community. I'm just going to read y'all one of the tweets that they're offended by, and you're going to laugh and you're going to say, wow. So one of the tweets said, I believe it said, you look like a gay version of Chris Bosh or some basketball player. You look like the gay version of this. I want everybody for 5 seconds to sit and listen to me and think about this. And just listen. How many times have you heard somebody in a joke, in a barbershop, or stand up and say, you look like the white version of this? Or you look like the black version of this? Or if so-and-so is a female, they would look like this. Or if so-and-so is a dude, they would look like this. See, gay people telling themselves that they know they're doing something wrong because the same jokes they get offended by have already been used on every other group. Whether it's male, female, or if you was a Muslim, you'd look like this. Or if you was a Christian, you'd be like this. Or if you lived in this country, if you was a football player, you'd be built like every other person from whatever they're talking about has had the same joke used on them. But when somebody says, oh, you look like a gay version of it, I thought it was gay pride. I thought gay was cool. You didn't care no more what nobody thought. But when you know that somebody is saying that it's insulting when it's using the exact same shit that it uses on other people, that lets you know yourself in your heart that what you're doing is not right. You know it's not wrong. You know it's something that should never be accepted. People leave you alone because the United States of America and you have the right to do what you want to do. Leave the gay stuff alone. People have to start standing up and saying, you know what? You can do what you want to do, but you can't force me to like you. If I'm black, I can't force every white woman or every white person to like me. I can't force every white woman to think I look good. If she says I'm not attracted to a black guy, I don't give a shit because there's plenty of other ones that say I will. Same thing with a black chick. There's plenty of black chicks that will say I'm ugly. Some that will say I look good. Same with a Mexican chick. Same with a Puerto Rican chick. Same with an Asian chick. Get over yourselves. And this is why I think it's very important for us as Americans, I don't care what you are, I ain't even talking as a black person no more, as Americans to start our own news shit. I've been saying this for years, where it's just independent of everything. What's the weather? What's the traffic? What's the new levy? What's the new bill that's trying to be passed in Congress? And that's it. And if you don't like what somebody said on Twitter 10 effing years ago, out of it. This is 10 years ago. This is 8 years ago. We have to, at some point, stop letting LGBTQ, whatever other letter is involved with it, rule our whole society. If you don't, our society is going to go down the hills. I was in a city the other day, and it's a bunch of gay and transgender people standing outside of a school board saying you hate gays and this and that because they won't let something happen. So fuck everything else. I'm very sorry for using the F word, but I'm so irritated. Fuck everything else that these other people who sending their kids to school for do. You just want to be let in. Everybody else is bad for them to make them feel uncomfortable. I tell black people this all the time, and I'm going to get out of here after this. Don't get mad at white people if they don't want you to let you live next to them in the penthouse. However, maybe start your own penthouse. Build your own shit. In the 1920s, no black musicians were allowed to perform in downtown Los Angeles. So what did the black people in Watts in South Central LA do? They built their own hotel in there and they went and performed in a club in the local area and said, who gives a shit? If people would take the initiative and say, you know what, I'm just going to be responsible and be around people that like me and not force everybody to like me, it'd be a better place. And I always think back to the 90s. In the 90s, you knew what part of town was a racist town. You knew what part of town was this part of town. You either didn't live there or you didn't go there. But even those people in those racist parts of towns or these parts of towns, guess what they didn't do when the mailman came around? Stupid shit, because everybody wanted the mail to come. It was just a time and a place for everything. And now we live in a time where it's just a time and a place to be offended. And Kevin Hart said it best in his first statement, and I wish he would have stuck to it. I'm tired of people trying to create a reason to be mad, when it's really people that have a reason to be mad that are controlling themselves. I'm out.